Seventh step, seizing time. Postponing good deeds until you have free time is an indication of an immature soul. In the name of God, the Lord of mercy, the giver of mercy. Sometimes we postpone the good that we have the intention to do and say, I will do that tomorrow, next week, next month, or next Ramadan. I will do that when I get married, when I get a promotion, when the children grow older, or when the weather gets better. Ibn Adar describes this attitude as an indication of an immature soul. In fact, doing good deeds is not a matter of having time. It is a matter of priorities. One leaves home every morning for a specific number of hours and achieves a number of tasks every day. People normally do what is most important first, then what is less important, and so on. Quran, Surah 2, Ayah 286. God does not burden any human being with more than they have the ability to do. In Islamic law, if you have 5 minutes before the end of the allowed prayer period, and you have a number of things to do including your prayers, then it is an obligation to perform your prayers first. However, if there is serious harm that will happen because of you tending to your prayers, for example a young child who will fall down the stairs, or a blind person who needs help crossing the street, the obligation becomes to avoid that harm first and then perform the prayer. In Islamic law, this is called fiqh al-awlawiyat, or the knowledge of priorities. We will address this topic in detail later, God willing. The consideration of priorities, however, should not be an excuse to always postpone good work in the way of God. Procrastination has been mentioned in a hadith in which the Prophet ﷺ says, most of the pain of the people of hell will be because of procrastination. Even though this particular hadith has not been proven authentic, its meaning is indeed authentic. God says, Quran, Surah 23, Ayah 99 to 100. As for those who will not believe in the life to come, they go on lying to themselves until, when death approaches any of them, he prays, O my sustainer, let me return to life, so that I might act righteously in whatever I have neglected to do. Nay, procrastination is unacceptable and is eventually regrettable. Every believer should seize time and make the best out of the time he has in this life. And there is enough time to do almost everything one wishes to do. God will bless our time and work if we seize time and organize it. Time management is not only important for organizing worldly affairs, but also for managing affairs with God. If you are in the habit of reciting a portion of the Quran or some dhikr, remembrance of God, every morning, and you have to leave early to work one day, seize the time while riding in the car or while on the bus or train to recite the Quran, listen to it, or to simply reflect and mention God. I know a number of brothers and sisters who memorized the whole Quran during their commutes on buses and trains. An average of 1.5 hours every day allows you to memorize the whole Quran in a matter of 2 years. People in developed countries usually read books or newspapers while on buses or trains. I lived 5 years in London, and I remember how quiet the London trains usually were. Even when they were crowded, they were very quiet, because almost everyone was either reading, writing, or thinking, even if they were standing in the train. Believers should make the best use of their time for advancing their spiritual journey. A believer should set his priorities straight and start with what is most important. According to the system of priorities in Islamic law, the rights of other people have higher priority than what scholars called God's rights. This means that taking care of one's responsibilities towards other people should take precedence over pure acts of worship. However, this does not mean that we can neglect God's rights. We should struggle to seize the time and strike a balance between these two kinds of rights.